James has an every night pressure that no one else has.
Probably the most anticipated debut of any first-year athlete in any sport.
Look, I've coached for almost 5 decades, and youngsters coming into our program feel a great deal of pressure, but it's not nearly the amount of pressure that was on LeBron.
For many years, this franchise was looking for a savior.
Everybody was talking about he was going to be one of the greatest of all time. It's a lot of pressure to put on a high school kid.
To go from high school and being the #1 pick and being that age, 18.
There's no pressure.
Oh, my!
There's no pressure at all. I've been getting pressure since I was 10 years old.
I know how to play the game of basketball, and that's what I will fall back on. I don't really get involved into the whole pressure thing.
He's not only the #1 pick, but he gets picked by his home team. So he's the savior, and he's still a teenager.
I'm not afraid of failure. I'm not afraid of setback.
I really want to lift this franchise up. I'm just really excited about just being a Cavalier and wearing that white and gold.
So when you were that age, and you are already people saying you're great. By the way, when did you get the Chosen One tattoo?
I got that after my rookie year in the NBA.
So it wasn't in high school?
No, but it was a magazine, a local magazine, my sophomore year, actually used that on one of the clippings after one of my games. They was like, is this kid the chosen one? You know, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I mean, I don't know if I am, but it sounds cool, so.
Well, I love that. I don't know if you remember, one time I saw in the locker room, I said, that's a cool tattoo. I'm going to get one. Do you remember what you told me?
Yeah, so you get the chosen too.
No, you said, Coach, there's only one chosen one.
Well, there it is. And you might have been him. I should have taken it off my back.
No, I'll show you. So great at that time, like for me, great's overused. And in your case, it's, I think, underused. But by making some of the decisions you have, Cleveland to Miami, you go back to Cleveland, to go to LA, that puts a lot of pressure on you.
Yeah, to win.
Yeah.
To win.
Yeah. Did you do that on purpose, or what was your thinking?
Well, I mean, obviously, going to Miami was the most pressure I've ever felt.
On behalf of all of South Florida, thank you, welcome. How does it feel wearing a Heat uniform?
Just going down there and teaming up with D-Wade's greatness, and teaming up with Bosh.
I love those guys.
Yeah, great guy. I love those guys forever. And so, you know, to be able to go down there and accomplish what we wanted to accomplish, winning, you know, multiple championships, that was huge.
Let the coronation begin. LeBron James has helped crown Miami.
The Miami Heat have won the 2013 NBA title.
And then it was a part of me in my stomach that felt like I had not accomplished or reached my goal back in Cleveland. So I went back there with a lot of expectation.
I'm a dude what makes my city happy, and that's why I came back. I love you. I'm back.
And teaming up with Kyrie.
Kyrie, but he's starting.
Yeah, he's starting. He's young, and you know he's very ambitious. But I could see the talent in him, and having Kevin Love, who's such a great pickup for us. It did become a lot of pressure of trying to end a 52-year drought of not winning a championship, and being able to accomplish that was the hardest one. It had to
be so emotional.
That was the hardest one.
The drought is over. The curse destroyed.
Cleveland, this is for you.
Being able to come back from 3-1 versus that juggernaut of a team in Golden State with the great Steph and Clay and Draymond and all those guys, and then go to LA to add more pressure to myself of just the legacy of the Lakers in general.
It's been a long 10 years, but once more, the Los Angeles Lakers are NBA champions.
I think one of the most interesting things about LeBron's career is when he made changes. He didn't try to be who he was with the previous team.
Wade, two-hand jam on the alley-oop from LeBron James.
How good is LeBron James?
I think that takes a lot of humility, but it also takes a lot of smarts.
Oh, my goodness, LeBron James with a chase down of his career. LeBron, tough shots. Nothing too tough for the King tonight.
If you can use each other's talents to the utmost ability, you got a greater chance of winning a championship.
LeBron James leading the Lakers to a record-tying 17th title and the 4th in his remarkable career.
How has the NBA changed during your time, and you have had to adapt?
Yeah, well, I mean, when I came into the game, it was very low possessions.
Yeah.
It was not many pick and rolls. It was the big forwards. It was big forwards and centers. It was Shaq, Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, Malone was still in the league. They was like, throw the ball into the post. You know, everybody kind of stand still, let the big work, and if it's a double, kick it out, swing, swing. That was kind of the game. And then, you know, Mike D'Antoni came to Phoenix. Steve Nash gets there, and it became how many possessions and how many threes we can get up. Run into the corners. So I had to adapt to that. And then a young kid by the name of Steph Curry enters our league, and it becomes pace and space.
Game is changing in front of our eyes.
NBA is really evolving.
All these three-pointers.
From way outside.
From the logo.
And they started to value the game of analytics. What gets lost in translation is the basketball IQ. How many smart guys can you put on the floor together, no matter if I can shoot a 3 at a high percentage, no matter if I'm a super athlete, how many smart basketball players can I have on my team? Because that will cover up for anything that we can't do. When
I coached you for that little bit, I would always go home and tell Mickey, I said, you know, like, I know a lot of people are who's the greatest and whatever, but LeBron, he's the most complete. Like, he can play every position. He can guard every position. When you think of yourself as a player, how would you describe you?
I kind of describe myself as like a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little pair of scissors on there. It's a knife on there. It's a wine opener on there for me and you.
After this conversation, you better open your best stuff.
I got some good stuff, too.
I know you do.
I've always liked when my little league coach or my high school coach would just call me I'm just a basketball player.
Yeah, that's what
I'm not a point guard, I'm not a shooting guard, I'm not a small forward, I'm a basketball player. Whatever the team needs, you can put me on the floor, you can implement me in there, and I can make it happen. And, you know, being able to, in year 18 of my career when we won the championship, you know, with the Lakers, I started at point guard, led the league in assists. You know, in Miami, I played all 5 positions for Coach Spo, and we was able to win 2 titles. If I'm on uniform and I'm on the floor, I don't want to be a liability.
How about the longevity of LBJ?
Blocked from behind, blocked by James! Chased down by LeBron!
Been able to stay healthy. I've been able to be out there on the floor.
Defying father time.
In the history of the game, no one is prepared any better than LeBron.
He knows what everybody does, strengths and weaknesses.
Oh my, LeBron with a crusher. Inside! Reach it! LeBron!
He is a finely tuned machine.
I want to tell you exactly what I do, because I'll be giving my opponents my ingredients.
The young NBA now, they're taking the page out of LeBron's book, how he takes care of his body.
Spend a lot of time on my body.
A lot of people want to win, unless something's wrong with you. But not many people want to prepare at the level it takes to be a champion, and he's always been willing to make that preparation. This record has occurred, too, because you've been healthy. When did you get so anally prepared?
I've been doing this since high school, and then even in high school, I was icing after games. Like, you know, a lot of the kids, obviously, they don't know or whatever, but I would see photos of the pros, and they would have ice bags on their knees. You know, they're successful, so I would try it. But, you know, as I got into the NBA, I figured that if I want to make a long, sustainable career and I want to be the greatest to play this game, I have to be available.
Yeah, you have to,
I can't
you gotta play.
Yeah, I gotta play. I can't be as great as I want to be. I can't be viewed as one of the greatest to ever play this game.
Not only to play, but to play at a high...
To play at a high level. In our sport, they say, okay, oh, you're 33 years old.
Right.
You're going to start tapering. I didn't want to be a part of that statistic.
Great ones never do.
Yeah, I didn't want to be a part of that, Coach. So I think that prepared me for that moment to be able to do the things that I'm doing that hasn't been done in our sport.
Bryce, what is it? Savannah, what is it? It's Taco Tuesday. You think you're out of it, Bronny? What is it?
You have a beautiful family. You and Savannah have been together since high school.
Yeah.
3 beautiful kids. And you're going to Bronny's games?
Yeah. I got to start this off by just giving the biggest shout out and salute to Savannah, because I've literally been traveling for over 20 years.
Yeah.
In order for me to be able to accomplish what I've done over these 2 decades, I had to have the rock and the support that I got from Savannah.
Yeah.
There's no way that I would have been able to enjoy these moments or be able to commit to my craft. She's allowed me to do this.
My beautiful wife has been, I mean, she's the real MVP if you want to be completely honest. She's actually the all-time leading scorer.
So you said you want to play with your son in the pros. So I just got through coaching my grandson.
That's amazing.
So we can count on that for...
Well, I've done my job, Coach. Now it's up to Bronny now to do.
Yeah, but it's your job.
I gotta stay in shape still. I gotta make sure
you can't be hanging on, man.
No, I can't be just hanging on by a thread. I can't do that.
LeBron James, 36 points away from breaking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's all-time scoring record.
Hey! It goes and one.
Top of your move now.
LeBron going downhill. Stops for 3 again. Yes, sir! 11 to go.
Go ahead and get it. Go ahead and get it. I'll get it.
Be on the verge of breaking this record. LeBron said we all will be witnesses, and we are tonight.
You know what's coming.
LeBron James, a shot at history. And there it is! LeBron stands alone!
You know, a lot of people wanted me to go to the sky hook to break the record. Once I get in a good rhythm, then I feel like I can make any shot on the floor. I was able to get to one of my patented fadeaway shots.
There he is! The king has passed the captain!
Thank you, Cap. That moment was amazing.
What does it mean to be able to have broken that record and you're still in prime? I mean, you got a lot of 40-point games, and you know you're not like backing into it.
Coach, it is. If I could sit here and say that, like I always knew this, I don't.
Did it just kind of like?
It just kind of happened.
Yeah.
Like I've been just, every year it was like the youngest at 1,000, youngest at 2,000, youngest at 5, youngest at 10, youngest at 20.
You don't put it together, though.
Yeah, I never put it together because I've always seen that 38, 7, whatever case with Kareem, and I was like, what? Yeah. That's nobody's ever getting to that.
Right.
Nobody's ever getting to that. And to sit here today and know that I've, not only broken the record, but I still feel so good that I could continue to go.
Yeah. Yes, man. That's my dog. We'll win the game now. Let's win the game. My dog.
I'm still on a quest to continue to be as great as I can be, to kind of see how far this guy can actually go. But it's definitely an honor.
Well,
man.
you got to also be. You're concerned about winning games.
Yeah, I want to win. I want to win.
Yeah.
I still have the ability to change a franchise. And in my sport, it's winning championships and changing the landscape of how you play. So I'm truly honored. Obviously, salute to Kareem.
Kareem with the skyline.
You are watching what greatness is all about.
This guy will be remembered as the Babe Ruth of basketball.
He probably has one of the best basketball resumes that we've ever seen across the board. It's just very humbling to sit here and know that when my name get mentioned, my city will be mentioned, my family will be mentioned, the coaches that I've played for, a lot of my teammates that I play with will be mentioned along this journey. So that's the most honorable thing for me.
And it's going to keep going, by the way.
See how far.
Yeah, let's see how far it goes. For me, I love coaching you and the relationship we developed. but also now the friendship that we've developed.
Absolutely.
Thank you for what you've done for the game. I appreciate it. You're a good man. I'm proud to be your friend.
Listen, man, it means a lot to have our friendship that we have. And it meant a lot to be able to just play for, like Coach K.
Congratulations. I can't wait. I hope it takes Bronny a while to make it so that we get a chance to see you. All right, man.
Coach, love you.
All right, thank you.
Brother.
LeBron is certainly the most complete player I've ever been around.
Greatest of all time. I don't want to hear nobody else's name, ever.
LeBron certainly has a right to that GOAT claim. Establishing this record is a separator because it shows not only what you've done, but you've had to do it for a long period of time.
How about the longevity of LBJ? To me, man, that's Benjamin Button. Can you say he's up there with Cal Ripken in terms of longevity?
You have to do it over 2 decades, and he's still committed. That'll be a record that I'm not sure anybody will break, and that's why he is so remarkable.